Hey everyone, Michael here from Zero Waste Medals, and I'm talking to you today about these fantastic medals. Now, these might just look like a little kind of collection of random medals here, but they've been carefully selected by me today to show you how good our wooden medals are. Let's dive in. Now, I'm going to go through these one at a time and kind of discuss a bit about them and what I think is great about them as well, and why it might be relevant and beneficial for your event to consider wooden medals for your events. The first thing that you'll notice, though, before I go into kind of getting into the nitty gritty of each one in detail, is that you've got lots of different ribbon choices available. You have lots of different ribbon here, which is, great colors, and all of it is made from recycled polyester. All of it as well is made in the UK by a partner that we were looking into for a long, long time. The other thing you'll notice as well in here is we've got things which are custom shape, like this one here. We've got ones which are of a slightly different size, like this one. And we have others as well, which have double layers. Now, the custom shape is no additional charge, and the different sizing as well is because we can reduce the cost of the medal by offering you a reduced size. The double layer is, of course, an added upgrade for the medal, but it really does add something quite special. I think that's a fantastic place to start. So what we'll do is we'll clear all these off of the table here, and we'll start with this one here for the ECE charity cricket match. Now, these medals in particular were fantastically received. They have two layers of 3.6 mil thick wood. They are plain on the back and engraved on the front. And we did this in a way where we glued them together first and then engraved them after to ensure that the engraving, which is the detail on the top, is in the correct place for both pieces, the top and the bottom, and also saving time and money, which saves you guys time and money as well when you're buying from us. The other thing you might notice as well, and I'll cover this briefly now, is the way we fasten our ribbon on. Obviously, people who make their own medals and stuff often buy their ribbon in from China, which are pre-sewn or ready to just clip on. These ones, we use ultrasonic welding in-house, and we weld every single medal ribbon on, really firmly placed on there. I think that this is a fantastic medal for a couple of reasons. I really like the way that the detail has come out on the kind of medal in particular, and I love the depth of feel. The tactileness of having the depth in there, and it does add something really quite nice to the weight. This upgrade is roughly about 50p to a pound, depending on the size of the upgraded piece that we have on there. What else is nice about this is that we've got kind of a mixture of bold and fine lines. Now, this isn't the most detailed medal that we've ever done, but it certainly is something that stands out with great contrast. In saying that, it's a great time to also mention that our wood is quite different from all the other suppliers that you'll get out there. And I'll go into that in a little bit more detail as we get through the medals. So I'll come to this one next, which is a bit more of a simple version. This is for the Manchester Road Runners for their canal races. And this is a single piece, 3.6 mil. It hangs pretty nicely off the ribbon here. A lot of people say that the wooden medals are quite light, and I mean, they're lighter than a metal medal, that goes without saying. But I don't feel like this is as light as some of the other wooden medals are that you can see out there. Again, the difference in our wood is we've got a different type of bonding through the material center of ours. Now, the way this wood is made up is you have a top, a middle, and a back layer. Our top layer is a mixture of woods, kind of a red wood and a couple of other woods mixed in on the face of it. It's not quite a veneer, it is an actual sheet of grained wood. The middle portion, again, other companies have MDF laid through. You can get as well kind of powdered ply that goes through it as well. Ours is a specially manufactured core, which allows us to get this dark engrave here, which makes our contrast stand out a lot more. A lot of the other burns you might see are a bit more orange-ish and don't really have this kind of depth of contrast, which we've got. That depth of contrast is essential for getting, these fine lines and detail. And actually, we've got an upgrade coming soon where we're going to be able to get even finer lines and detail there too. I like here that we've managed to have, the detail about the race, some pictures of the canal. We've got their logo in there too, which is always important. And then to add to that as well, we have their sponsor printed on the ribbon, as you can see here. This is fully sublimated ribbon. It's pretty thick, pretty chunky, and it really adds a layer of value to the medal. When you have a medal which is just plain ribbon, which sometimes budgets constrain to, it can feel maybe a bit lacking. Whereas these actually can elevate it quite a lot. And there's a couple of differences in price. We've got charity priced ribbon and we've got regular priced ribbon, but it really does add a good difference. Now, how do we, affix these to the medals? Well, we have a few ways. We can use our ultrasonic welding, or we have these specially engineered ribbon clips, which are completely removable, and they also work as a single-use breakaway clip in case of any incidents. And these are just fed quite simply through here. And these are made from our waste stock. So these ribbon clips here that we make, they're made from all the bits in between the medals that we can't use for anything else. And they are a really good way to use them. A long time ago, these were made of plastic and used to, again, come in from overseas. But I was sick and tired of, waiting for it, spending the money on it when we had a perfectly viable option in-house, which would serve a great purpose. So I engineered this special design clip for the ribbon to be held onto the medal here. Next up, something a little bit more simple again. So this again is 3.6 millimeters thick, and it is a school design on here for one of the kind of sports days that we had. Now, you might be able to see here that there's a difference in size between the last one I've shown you and this one. And that's because this is part of our reduced price range, known as our standards range on the website. These kind of start off as $1.99, and that's it. They don't change in price or whatever. But if you wanted, to go up to the quantities on custom medals, the custom medals do actually get cheaper in their kind of 500 plus to 1,000. This, a fantastic, bright, emerald green heat sealed ribbon there as well, using our ultrasonic welding. And this is a really budget friendly piece that I think is great for schools and charities to use if they just want to reward somebody on the day, or maybe you're trialing rewarding people for, the first time. You've always done an event, but you've never used medals to showcase, a reward at the end. This is a great way to enter into that. So I had to get this one out here, and this is the Shire Way, the kind of mountain adventure. And I really like this. It showcases, again, some of that real strong detail that we were able to get on there. The words are really quite small on there. This medal measures as our standard sizing at 65 millimeters across, and this is fixed with an orange ribbon. They opted to have the breakaway clip on this one, which again can be used for our plain, simple recycled polyester ribbon. I think that part of this works really well because we've got the detail in the background, and the wood speaks really nicely to the event as well. An event in nature maybe deserves a nature felt wooden medal. This one, 3.6 millimeters thick. Again, we do offer slightly thicker versions of these medals, but I prefer the 3.6 millimeter. It works out the most cost effective for most of the events that we cater to. Moving on to something a bit special. We saw this at the beginning, which is the Venus event for the St. Michael's Hospice for 2026. This is a custom cut shape. Again, 65 millimeters across. And this comes at no extra charge at all to have the medal made in this custom shape. This is, completely included within the price. So it's good time to take advantage of our zero design fee. We don't charge anything for designing the medals for you, for coming up with designs. And even if you haven't got an order, we still come up with the designs too, because we know that you'll love whatever we're going to come up with. The other thing that we include in all of our pricing is VAT. It's always included in our pricing, as well as the delivery cost as well. The only thing that wouldn't be included is things perhaps like an overtime charge if it's especially close to your order and you want us to get it out in under the 4-week cutoff. And then we might have to charge a little bit more to get the staff in on time. This one opted for the sublimated ribbon here. Again, really nice and thick. It's got the sewn back as well, which we also offer, which is the sewn effect there. No different really to the heat sealed. These are, relatively the same strength when we go across it. The printed ribbon has allowed them to have their sponsor popped on there too, which is really important for these charities. And having extra space on there as well by not having a clip on the back means we get more sponsors on the ribbon. That one's fixed on there really nice as well. Fits really nicely inside the hoop. I'd love to know what you guys think of that in the comments. We do offer a slightly different type of printing on the ribbon, which is slightly more cost effective. So this is our custom foil printing. You can see on there the print quality is a little bit more grainy, but it works out at a cheaper price. So if you want an in-between kind of cost for printed ribbon, we offer this, which is our foil printed option. It goes through a machine, it's fed through, the design is on there, and the heated element only heats up the foil in the places where the print is, and it transfers nicely onto our recycled polyester ribbon. We have here the one which is Hike for Helis, which was for the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge. This charity supports, getting in helicopters for rescue and bits and pieces like that. This is quite a simple design. We've got the main bulk of the logo here with some of the detail up there. You can just see how fine those blades are on the helicopters there, and we're able to achieve that with our lasers, which is really quite nice to be able to get that there. A lot of customers, however, do include their own designs when they send them over to us. So if they don't even need a design doing, we've got no problems with you sending over your own designs for us to actually just put on a piece of wood so you can see how they look. Moving on to something a little bit more different, and you might think, well, is this just not another medal that you guys have made for a customer? Well, actually, this is a medal that we make for lots of customers. The reason I say that is that this is one of our standard medals on our website, priced at just 99 pence with plain ribbon included as well. The kind of great thing about this is that this is an off-the-shelf medal that you can go online and just buy whenever you want. You can just buy one, or you can buy 10, or you can buy 1,000. It doesn't matter. The price is locked at 99 pence. And if you want to upgrade to printed ribbon, it puts it at just £1.49p, which is really, really a great option for a half marathon that's just starting out. Moving on to another fantastic option from our website is our Couch to 5K standard medal as well. This one, 3.6 mil, just like the rest of the medals that I've shown you today, apart from the double layer. It comes with plain ribbon, and again, you can upgrade this to printed ribbon for to take the price to £1.49, which I think is a great price, especially for running clubs who are doing their first Couch to 5K. They don't want to be over expensive and put too much budget behind it, but they still want to celebrate somebody's first 5-kilometer distance. This again comes in a few different options on our website for what you can get for the kind of design on there as well. We've got some kind of trophy designs and other bits and pieces, but this is a really, really, really great option for a club that's just beginning to run these, or just beginning to celebrate people finishing these Couch to 5Ks. This here is a really nice medal to showcase because it's not the first time we've done stuff for the Scouts. We do them for a fair amount of Scouts groups, but it's one of those things where you might think, well, they already get badges for the stuff that they do out on their expeditions and those bits and pieces. But actually, a lot of them have their own events which they celebrate with medals as well. So if you're a Scout group and you fancy some medals to celebrate, something that you're taking part in, these again are done at a very affordable price. These are our, 3.6 millimeter custom medals. Again, we have cheaper versions for these on the website instead of having a custom design made up, whereby you can kind of have a border Here is an example of one of our standards from the website. This is the border that they chose. I'll just zoom in there. And what they wanted is they just wanted to put their own logo there in the middle to celebrate their finishes of 2025 to 2026. I think this may have been a graduation medal, although this one is from a little while ago. So forgive me for not having the full details on there. Another great idea for medals is to have a custom medal done for a sports day, because sports day is one of those things where children can come away, have put in fantastic effort, and maybe only get rewarded with a little sticker. Whereas if we celebrate them with something like a medal, it could be more memorable and encourage them to take part in more physical activities, which is what we all want these days. That around about rounds it up for today's video, all about the custom wooden medals that we've made for a varying amount of events. I would really like it if in the comments you guys could ask any and all questions you have about the medals that we make here at Zero Waste, and I'd be happy to answer them, even if it's down to how do we make them? Can we see some videos of what they look like? We welcome any and all questions. Don't forget, if you go to our website and subscribe, or you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, you'll be in with a chance of winning your next event's medals completely free of charge. We hold a 3-monthly raffle where the winner of the raffle gets their medal order completely free. Also, in regard to that, you can always, if you have ordered, you can always claim 40% back off your medals for any returns that you have. So, as well as that, you might be interested to know that we offer a returns value for medals. So if you've ordered too many from us and you want to return them, then all you have to do is send them back and we'll give you 40% of the medal's value in credit towards your next order, which is a really great way to continue to save money on all of these types of medals. Let's say you order 100, 10 people don't turn up for the day. You could be getting £2 back for each medal that you've got there ready to use towards your next event. We plant a tree for every order that we have on our website, even if it's just one medal. So far, we've planted over 3,000 trees and we have over 500 5-star reviews from other event organisers just like yourself. I hope you found this interesting today and I really look forward to hearing from you again. Speak to you soon. Cheers, guys.